Trump administration's canceling $30 billion in green loans and revising another $53 billion here. Now, these changes and eliminations come after its review of loan obligations issued under the Biden administration. Now, details weren't provided on which programs are impacted here, but the administration has already canceled over $9 billion in solar and wind projects, replacing those with natural gas and nuclear plants. Now, those domestic moves comes as President Trump is also reshaping U.S. policy on the world stage, launching a new Board of Peace, negotiating over Greenland, and pressing for a new vision of global security. Take a look.
It's going to be a great board. That'll be a board, I think, like no other.
President Trump rolling out of Davos, Switzerland after forming a new international body, the Board of Peace, one that could reshape global diplomacy and defense. Trump says it might eventually replace the United Nations, pitching the board as a force to enforce ceasefires, starting with Gaza.
People that are living so poorly are going to be living so well.
And many countries already committing to fund the alliance.
Some of the countries have already put up $1 billion. Some of the countries have already put up much more than that. I mean, that's a lot of money, but it's nothing compared to the value of peace.
But Trump uninvited Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney from serving on the Board of Peace after he said this.
Great powers have begun using economic integration as weapons. Tariffs as leverage, financial infrastructure as coercion, supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited.
Trump wrote on Truth Social on Friday, Canada is against the Golden Dome being built over Greenland, even though the Golden Dome would protect Canada. Instead, they voted in favor of doing business with China, who will eat them up within the first year. It comes after Carney's recent trip to China, where he met with top Chinese Communist Party officials, establishing a trade framework.
Canada and China now have the opportunity to work more closely together to strengthen the world's multilateral institutions.
Carney said at Davos that the world order is going to change.
We are in the midst of a rupture, not a transition.
With regard to Greenland, Trump says that he's working out a plan with NATO allies for the U.S. to acquire 100% of it forever.
The time limit is infinity, meaning there is no time limit. It's forever. There's no price, there's no purchase price.
He says Greenland is key to his proposal for the Golden Dome missile defense system, designed to intercept long-range missiles that would travel over the Arctic from Russia or China.
And we're building a Golden Dome. You see the way it works. That is so much better for us and for Europe to have that piece of ice covered by the Golden Dome.
NATO's Secretary General saying it's about security.
He's the leader of the free world. If he is worried about something, hey, we better listen. We have China, which is not an Arctic country, but which is more and more active there in that region.
While the leaders of some European nations are still on the fence about this, Ukrainian President Zelensky says,
Europe looks lost trying to convince the US president to change. But he will not change. President Trump loves who he is. And he says he loves Europe, but he will not listen to this kind of Europe.
Greenland's prime minister says he's ready to negotiate.
We are ready to discuss a lot of things, and we are ready to negotiate a better partnership and so on.